The hero of this film provides special services to women. One day, he meets an older woman on his way. She is focused on her complexes and has never experienced real pleasure from intimacy. The guy finds her case interesting. He makes every effort to gain the heroine's favor. Gradually, she surrenders under the pressure of the young guy and enjoys herself to the full. Why, working as a teacher, she never felt intimacy with her husband. How will the life of each of the heroes of The Acquaintance change? Find out in this retelling. This is Emily Recaps. Enjoy the movie. At the beginning of the film, Nancy Stokes paid for a room in an expensive hotel. A woman is waiting for a call boy. He is Leo Grand. The guy eats breakfast and heads out to see a new client. Nancy looks at the contents of the mini bar. Leo has almost arrived on the scene. Nancy takes a drink to build up her courage. She hears a knock on the door. It is her guest coming in. The woman opens the door to let Leo inside. Nancy feels awkward in front of the young man. Leo compliments the woman. He kisses her to change the atmosphere. Nancy talks about her age. It makes a difference to the woman. However, the guy is not embarrassed by their age difference. He compliments Nancy again. Leo says that they will have a great time. This puts the heroine at ease. Leo offers to have a glass to set the mood. He starts making jokes. The guy tries to find the right approach to the client. Nancy talks about being worried. The guy is good-looking, and that makes her uncomfortable. Nancy wonders how long he has been doing this job. To get the woman to relax, Leo talks about his job. This helps them lower the degree of tension in the room. Leo is ready to fulfill Nancy's fantasies. He wonders what she would like to get from their interactions. The heroine enjoyed their encounter. She wants to do it with a young guy. Leo is perfect for this role. Nancy can't settle down. She asks the guy if he feels disappointed to have such a client. The guy reveals that he likes everything. He kisses Nancy and pours a glass of champagne. Nancy wants everything to happen as soon as possible. Leo offers to get to know her better. Nancy is sure they have little in common. She doesn't see Leo as the right person to talk to. Leo is ready to surprise his client, but the woman does not want surprises. The heroine still feels awkward. It is the first time she buys someone's services to experience the fountain of pleasure. The guy calms Nancy down. He is satisfied with his work. The woman says she hasn't reached the peak of pleasure once in her life. Her husband wasn't active enough, and even when she did everything herself, there was no fountain. Nancy reveals that she imitated pleasure throughout her married life. Leo would become her second man, as other than her husband, she had never done it with anyone else. She realized that a guy might be embarrassed by such a confession. Nancy was ready to pay half the sum for the meeting if Leo decided to leave. However, the hero stayed. He wants to continue what he came to the hotel to the woman gladly. It became important to him to bring her to the peak. He keeps joking around and telling different stories. Many of them surprise Nancy, but mostly the woman feels at ease with Leo. He makes her laugh. Leo assumes that the woman's shyness is due to her husband's death, as she thinks it is a betrayal to him. Nancy argues that it is not. She talks about her life. The heroine worked as a school teacher for a long time. She is sure, but that such an affair is immoral. Leo is of a different opinion. She does not understand why the guy does it. Leo tells her that he is raising money for college. Later, he laughs and says it was a joke. Nancy worries about what her son would think if he found out his mother did that. Leo calls her to bed. Nancy agrees. The guy kisses her. Then they go to the bed. Nancy offers the guy some pills to keep his tool working properly. Leo is full of energy and doesn't need any extra stimulation. Leo is sure that there is something beautiful to be found in a woman of any age. Nancy wonders if the guy has been with older women before. Leo confesses that his oldest mistress was 82 years old. Nancy accepts this information. Leo tells her what he likes about the heroine. As the couple begins to do this, Nancy asks him to slow down. She goes to the bathroom. Leo waits for the heroine in bed. The woman doesn't come out for a long time. Leo decides to have a drink and gets a chocolate bar from the minibar. Nancy returns to the room. The guy tries to kiss her. The heroine says she doesn't like the smell of chocolate. Guy goes to the bathroom to freshen his breath. Nancy changes her mind about having fun. She is willing to pay the guy for his time wasted. He realizes it's not about the chocolate. Leo asks if Nancy sees him as an attractive partner for her. She says she likes him a lot. The hero decides to talk to the client about her fears. He wants to delve into the details of what she did. The woman tells about the fact that for a long time she did not dare to use special services. She still cannot believe that she booked a meeting with a guy. and now she is overwhelmed with different thoughts that prevent her from relaxing. Nancy feels attracted to young guys, but realizes that she herself is no longer young. She is surprised that Leo is still in the room. The hero replies that he can no longer just leave. Nancy has awakened the hunter in him. The woman insists that Leo is young and athletic. Nancy is in her 40s and her body is far from ideal. She's self-conscious about her shape. The guy suggests she do it without taking off the blanket. Nancy compliments the guy. She thinks he is smart. The heroine asks about the guy's education and his family. Leo talks about his strict mother. He hides what he does from her. For the family, Leo works on an oil rig at sea. This makes Nancy laugh. The woman talks about her son who is finishing his master's degree. Nancy talks about her husband and her complicated relationship with her daughter. The woman is frustrated with the family's relationship. The guy insinuates that Nancy's son may be lying to the woman about his life. A woman talks about her job at a school. Year after year, she degraded at this job. The guy sees that the heroine's mood has fallen. He wants to remedy the situation. In 31 years of married life, Nancy has not been really close to the father of her children. Nancy recalls a funny story from her life. One day in a restaurant, a waiter was looking at her lustfully. This set off a storm of emotion in Nancy. She could not resist the temptation to experience something new. The woman let the handsome guy explore her body, but at the most interesting moment, the guy got scared and ran away. They were doing it by the roadside. At that very moment, a car came on the road. They never saw each other again. Leo got into the story. They ended the evening with a fountain of emotion. Nancy invited the boy to meet again. Leo was delighted by their meeting. The woman experienced what she had missed that time. She booked his services again. Nancy drank some champagne. She talks about her fantasies to fulfill this time. The woman shared her most daring fantasy. For Leo, it was doable. He offers to complete the list. Nancy doubts they will have time to do it all at once. Leo suggests she relax before starting. The heroine insists that they don't have much time. She wants to get started on her first wish sooner rather than later. Suddenly, the phone rings and she goes out. Upon returning, Leo asks her to dance. The atmosphere in the bedroom changes. The couple is having fun. They are interrupted again by a phone call. Nancy tells her that being a parent is difficult. Without having children, a woman could live more freely. Leo gives Nancy a massage. She wants to continue. Leo takes off his shirt. Nancy eats his body greedily with her eyes. She studies the guy's back, moving on to his arms and chest. Nancy becomes nervous and self-conscious again. The guy pulls her to him. He talks about how there is no need to be self-conscious about your body. If the hero didn't go to the gym, no woman would choose him. But the heroine should not concentrate only on muscles. He shows Nancy the sensitive places on her body. Unexpectedly, Nancy decides to talk about wars. Such a change of topic surprises the hero. Leo talks about his younger brother. He is serving in the army. Leo misses him. Then he suggests changing the topic of conversation. The hero pours champagne for Nancy. He suggests they try a role-playing game. Leo gets involved in the game. But this type of entertainment was not for Nancy. Her only wish is to feel young and desirable. Nancy's nervous. She thinks she's disappointed the guy. He calms her down. Leo tells her about posing as a cat for one of his clients. The couple chat about life. They talk about how Leo's work should be recognized as useful to society. He helps bring pleasure to people. Leo talks about what brings pleasure to him. The guy is happy to see people happy, so he keeps working. Nancy wants to repay the guy's pleasure in her own way. Leo surprises Nancy on their third date. She is pleased but does not experience the fountain of pleasure. The guy wonders what words she whispered to her husband while enjoying herself. Leo smiles. The heroes fulfill the second item on Nancy's wish list. The heroine likes the tactfulness of the young man. The woman is completely satisfied with their interactions. She regrets waiting 30 years to start enjoying life. Nancy wants to get to know Leo better. She is interested in the guy's real life. Leo doesn't want to talk about it. Nancy admits that she did some investigating. Leo's not happy about it. He's going to leave. Nancy doesn't understand what's going on. Guy explains that he created the image of Leo Grande to satisfy Nancy. The guy says he can find out her real name too. He asks about what her family will say after they find out that the teacher hires a young guy to have fun at the hotel. Nancy is ready to reveal her identity. The woman wants to know the reason why Leo is hiding information about his job from everyone. Leo clarifies the situation. He clarifies that he gives women special favors. He doesn't share moments of his life with his female clients. Nancy suggests talking to the boyfriend's mom. She wants to explain the guy's job situation to her. Nancy is confident that she can find the right approach to the woman. Leo makes it clear that there is no need to explain anything to his loved ones. The guy has a complicated relationship in the family. The mother prefers to think that her son is dead. Nancy continues to interrogate Leo. The guy answers her rudely and leaves. A few minutes later, he returns to the room. Leo has lost his phone in the room. He forbids Nancy to talk to him. The guy is angry that he can't find the phone. In fact, he is angry because of memories of his mother. Leo scattered things and broke a vase. The phone rings in the room. The receptionist inquires as to the cause of the noise. Nancy calms down the hotel employee. The hero compares Nancy to his mother, as they were very similar. It pains him to remember the situation he lived through. His mother was disappointed in the guy. He finds his phone. Leo says the money for tonight's meeting will go back into the heroine's account. Leo leaves Nancy alone with her thoughts. Nancy Leo is in a hotel restaurant. The waitresses offer to bring something for the woman. She's nervous. Leo is delayed. One of the waitresses, Becky, recognizes the heroine. The woman was her teacher. The girl recalls how they know Nancy from. Suddenly, their conversation is interrupted by Leo. The waitress looks at the young man with interest. Leo says he wants to sell the car to the heroine. They order coffee. Nancy says she is completely satisfied with all their encounters this month. The woman has perked up. She has blossomed and is filled with vitality. Nancy advised her friends to seek help from Leo. He helps people like her not to fade away. The heroine believes that many women her age need help. She told the guy her real name. Her name is Susan Robinson. Susan tells him about her real life. For years, nothing has changed in a woman's life. She's always followed the rules and been comfortable with others. Susan thanks the guy for helping her change her outlook on life. It's their last date. The conversation is interrupted by that waitress, Becky. The girl has decided to share her memories of high school. One day, Susan gathered all the students of the class and said unpleasant words to the girls. The reason for this reaction of the teacher was that the students came to school in short skirts. The waitress begins to remember other vivid moments from school life associated with the teacher. Nancy asked to count them on the bill. Leo confessed to his younger brother that he works in the pleasure business. The lad wasn't really surprised. He had guessed it long ago. The boyfriend's mother never brought up Leo after he embarrassed a woman in front of her friend. Leo was 15 years old. He didn't have anyone at home. The kid threw a party. The mother came home unexpectedly. She had a friend with her. The woman saw that her son together with his friends were studying each other's bodies in detail. She was very ashamed of her son. After that, Leo left home. Nancy says that Leo is not a disappointment but the savior of hearts, which the guy is very happy about. After the bill was brought to them, Nancy apologized to Becky for her behavior in the past. She now realized that such behavior had only undermined her authority as a teacher. Nancy admitted that she wasn't dating Leo because of the car purchase. She introduced the guy as Leo Grande, a man who provides special favors for women. The heroine advises Becky to try exercise with the guy too. Becky is shocked. Nancy and Leo go to the room. They are having an active time. The heroine no longer feels stiff and insecure. She accepted herself and decided to change. This time they succeeded at the highest level. Leo gave the heroine indescribable pleasure. He brought a new toy for Nancy. After this meeting, the heroes decided not to continue their communication. Susan was grateful to the guy for life experience. Leo is walking down the street. He remembers Nancy. The guy is glad that they met. This was the film Love on Call 2022. Write in the comments, would you use pleasure specialists to boost your self-esteem? See you in the next retellings.